So welcome guys. In this video we are going to add the functionalities to our GUI. So let's open back our sorting panel class, and I'll actually need let's say I'll add a private change handler. My change handler, and I would actually create this class here. It would be an inner class change handler, which would implement public class change handler implements the change listener. And once we implement the change listener, we need to override the state changed, and I'll say one repaint repaint because if anything, whenever a state is changed, I want my bars to keep moving, right? I don't want it to be static. That's why I'll repaint it every time a state has been changed. Okay, and I'll add a function here, let's say private change handler get change handler, and if my change handler is null, it just create some reference to it so that it won't be null anymore, and we'll return this. Alright, so I'll add another member here. Let me give some spaces. Yeah, let's say private sorter, and I'll add the getter and setter for this member. Sorter, okay, and let's say I'll add it here private get private sorter, get sorter, return sorter, and another would be the setter, private void set sorter, and I would set it to be a value. So first I'll check if my sorter is not equal to this value. I'll assign this value to my sorter, but before that I need to check if my sorter is null or not, because if it is not null I need to reset it. Sorter dot remove change listener and get change listener, get change handler. Okay, and after this I need to check again if sorter not equal to null. I'll need to add change listener, get change listener, get change handler, and I'll say my maximum value. Let's define this value here, private int maximum value, where I was, yes, maximum value, let's say it is 0, and I'll find this maximum value from the entire array. So for int I sorter dot get values, I'll choose maximum value equals to met.max maximum value comma I of I, because it is a for each loop. Yep. So now we also have our maximum value, and we can set our sorters, get our sorters, and do stuff like this. Alright, so now we just need to add the different colors because let us first get rid of this. Yep, different colors because array dot length, I'll actually remove this data. Yeah, I was saying different colors because one color would be for the entire bars, which would be red, blue, green, whatever color you want, and one color would be for the highlighted bar, which is currently being sorted. Okay, so let us say here I'll switch sorter dot get state, and let me just erase it. Yeah, case sorting. If the sorting is being performed, I'll add here two colors, color fill equals to null, and color let's say highlight equals to null too. So if currently it is being sorted, my fill would be color dot red, and my highlight would be color dot white. And in case I'm done sorting, I'll just say my entire color would be green. Okay, so now we need let's say int my array would be my values would be sorter dot get values. It would return an array which I created here, and it would return from these values. Instead of array, I will write values. Let me get rid of this. Values. No. Values. So yeah, I'm done, and now I just need to add little function here. Let's say if my is active index sorter dot is active index is I and my highlight color is not null, I'll say my color dot g dot set color would be highlight, and g dot fill rect would be x comma y comma column width -1 and column height -1. Okay, so actually we are just almost done. Let us just help ourselves from the fall through condition. Let add breaks, and now we just need you can say a generalized sorting method, and in which we will just pass a particular sorting algorithm and it would start running. So right, so I'll create a new package here. It says sort package. I'll call it sorting, and I'll create a new class called sorting. It would be the generalized sorting, and it would return me a randomized array. First of all, I'll say public static int values equals to, yeah, just this. I'll say my array is it's a new integer of 100 elements, and for int of I equals to 0, I is smaller than array dot length I plus plus, and say array of I equals to thread dot thread current. Sorry, there's this function called thread local random current next int, and you just need to pass the values that you need. I need let's say values between 5 and say 200 and it would fill the array with these random values, and I'll just return my array. It is, yeah. Right guys, so let us create our sorting algorithm. And I'll call this bubble sort. I'll only demonstrate the bubble sort, and for the rest you have the code in the description of my GitHub page, and if any problems you can drop them down in the comments below and I'll try to help as soon as I can. Bubble sort, yep. And I would extend this to implementation, and let's override the functions. Functions for sort, say sort and sort. Okay, make a default constructor public bubble sort, and in which there would be some values which I would pass these values to the super, and these values would be the array of the randomized array, which would I send to the sort and create a GUI of the various bars. Okay, so in the sort function, our most of our definition would be the same. Where was my sorting? So let me copy this bubble sort, and we know that whenever we try to move make the GUI based things move through threading, we need something called as string utilities. So I'll say string utilities dot invoke and wait. It's a new runnable override run, and I'll write file state changed, and I'll catch this exception. Let's say exception h dot print stack trace, and we're done. Right, I'll add this sorting functionality here, but before that I need to create my threading class. So private my thread extend private class My thread extends thread, and inside this I would have the run method. Yep. Okay, so let us define my sorting function. Private void bubble sort, and take an array for int I equal to 0, I smaller than array dot length, I plus plus. For int j equals to 1, j smaller than array dot length minus I, j plus plus. And now we'll check that if the previous index is greater than the next index, we need to swap them, and we have already the swap function. So array I j minus 1 and j. Okay, and here we need to write, and here we need to write int value is equals to get values, and bubble sort values. Sorry, this will be an array. And once we have started the sorting, we only after that, when the sorting has been completed, I'll say that the state has been changed to state.done. So I'll say the string utilities dot invoke and invoke later new runnable set state to state dot done. State dot done. Alright, so now we just need set state. In the sorting function, I'll say that my current state is state of sorting, state sorting, and after this I'll call my thread dot run. Yeah, it would be new thread, my thread dot run. I did this because my thread implemented the runnable interface, and whenever we create a thread using the runnable interface, we need to pass a thread object into it. It's giving me some exception. Catch finally, sorry, catch exception. Let's say catch print stack trace. Okay, now we're done. Alright guys, so I diagnosed this program and I found some errors, and I'll just quickly talk you through what were those errors. First of all, we don't need any of these. I'll just choose my background to be black, and to set this background I just need to write super dot set background super dot paint component h. Alright, and yeah, and you can see that it says the value assigned to field is never used. This is because this is going to the break fall through loop, so I'll need to write the break here, break, and instead of red I'll choose fill. Alright, I don't need this maximum value because I've already find a maximum value here, and it is the class variable, and we need to make this public, and we don't need void main. And I think we're done. Yeah, we're done. So yeah, and in the other classes, like in the sorting one, I reduced the value to 50, and obviously it would work perfectly fine on 100, but given that this is a video on demonstration, it would take a lot of time to print that output. So I reduced the time by reducing the size, and I changed the visibility from private to public. And in my bubble sort class, yeah, here, because this is an EDT, previously I had written run here, and it won't work right now because this is an EDT is event dispatcher thread, and whenever we write event invoke and wait, it cannot be called through an event dispatcher thread. That's why we need to write start here, and we actually don't need the try and catch blocks here because it would be redundant, and I think that we're done. Yeah, and let's just create a tester function. It's a tester. In this I'll create an object of jframe, frame tester, frame equal to new JFrame, and sorting panel p equals to new sorting panel, and sorting dot values equals to sorting dot randomize array. It would randomize the n array and pass it back to the values array, and I'll use this value array in my bubble sort class. Values, sorting dot values, sorting dot values, and it would be new keyword, yeah. And I need to set this sorter, set sorter, and frame dot set layout. I'll choose the border layout. Frame dot add p, frame dot pack, and frame dot set default close operation. JFrame dot exit on close, sorter dot sort, and I think we're done. Let me run this. Public static void main string args new tester. Oh, the biggest mistake we just did is we didn't write frame dot set visible equals to true. And you can see that the bubble sort is working fine. Let me run this again and you'll see it again, right? So I'm giving you a task that you must implement the rest of the algorithms like selection sort, merge sort, quick sort, and if you have any problem implementing any of these algorithms and you're getting any null pointer exceptions or anything, just drop a comment below and I'll reply as soon as I can. And I hope that you created a new project of demonstrating the sorting algorithms, and thanks for watching, guys.